Okay. So as I told you earlier, we've always had an advisory committee, and the members have been pretty much close to what they are now, with the exception of those three new populations. The three new populations then ask for regions or local agencies servicing out-of-school youth, homeless, or at-risk youth, and that's because they put the new populations in there. They also have, just to let you know, they have Indian tribes, but they say we're applicable because in some parts of the state, there isn't much going on, but then in other parts, there's, huge Indian gaming and other things going on, and so it would be applicable. But the point this time, they always had this group consult with the idea of, what were the gaps, how you want to put up, maybe you want to put out the application, what were the important kinds of things. It's kind of a general conversation. But they did not ask them as they did now. There is a comprehensive needs assessment, and in this case, both statewide that had to be done, and then local ones. So they basically kind of, in the act, you'll read it in both comprehensive needs assessment and comprehensive local needs assessment, but it's one and the same. They just said it the same way in the same section, and I don't know why they did that, but whatever. But when you see local or the needs assessment in that section, it means both mean you. And the idea of part of that was that you had to have this group, this advisory group, inform that needs assessment. And so what I'm going to do today, and the people I have listed here are the minimal required membership. And minimally, you need to bring them together to train them like I am today. But you can have a larger membership than that, but this was the minimal membership to consult with. And it basically said, under there it calls it consultation. It's in section 135, and it calls it consultation. And it says, in conducting the comprehensive needs assessment under subsection C, which I'm going to talk about as we go and move on, and developing the local application described under section B, which means you're informing the comprehensive needs assessment and then the 4-year application. An eligible recipient shall involve a diverse body of stakeholders, including at a minimum, and then it lists these. And then, as I said, there's a training requirement that basically the idea was that they were talking about that you develop effective activities, procedures, including access to information needed to such procedures, and allow the individuals and entities within the advisory committee to participate in local decisions that relate to the development of the local comprehensive needs assessment in the 4-year application. But you're also supposed to give them enough input from us on training so that you understand basically what Perkins is, so that when you're inputting it has some reference to it. Also, I put the note on the bottom. There's a continued consultation section within the Act. There's consultation, and then right underneath that it's continued consultation. And it does say that for the life of the Act, you will be in continued consultation. Now, the needs assessment that I'm going to talk about in a minute is 2 years. So you would be, number one, working on this same kind of process every 2 years. But in addition to that, as I told you, if they don't meet the 90% of their core indicators, you would also be in consultation, coming up with a program. And then there's a whole bunch of may-dos underneath consultation of things they may do to help you, to have you consult with them. So it'll just depend. At this stage of the game, I don't even know how many times you'll be meeting, because the Chancellor's Office of the California Community Colleges, in the Act, it says that they are supposed to be determining how many times you meet a year, and they have not put that information out as of yet. I would suspect that you meet less in what I call the odd years than you do even years. I said it's not really even. Odd years is in the year that you're not dealing with the comprehensive needs assessment. So in this following year, you'll have already done one. You won't be creating one. So you'll probably be in more of a, how am I evaluating what we're already doing, and how is that going for the coming year, because this is a yearly application. But you probably put more time in on a year that you're developing another comprehensive needs assessment, and that's just my guess. The college, each district can use this committee as many times as they choose. There's not a mandatory, can only use them twice. But the minimum will be set by the state, and I'm sure they'll let you know when they know what that is. But more importantly, they may be using a maximum, and they may let you know what that is when they get up and running. Okay, so you're supposed to inform the needs assessment in the four-year application with the idea that you're making sure that it's going to be of sufficient size, scope, and quality, and you're making sure that it is aligned with the in-demand industry sectors of the region. Those are the two major things that you'll be determining. And then, as we said, it has a continuing consultation component. So these were the may-dos. Types of things that they can continue to use you for. It's things like providing annual updates to the comprehensive needs assessment, ensuring programs of study are responsive to employer needs, aligned with employment priorities and in-demand industry sectors, allow employer input in the local area in the development and implementation of programs of study, identifying and encouraging opportunities for work-based learning, ensuring Perkins funding is used in a coordinated manner with other local resources. And those are just other may do's. It's not the only ones they can do. They just listed some things they may do. Okay.